We got to talk about what just happened on Fox News, something very serious, because Jessica Tarlov, who again is one of the most liberal progressive people on the panel, and a lot of people have been wanting her off the show for a very long time. What just happened on the show is actually pretty crazy because she makes one of the craziest claims about ICE and what's going on at the detention facilities. And this episode is blowing up all over the internet. Apparently, Trump officials are looking into this because she's making some claims there on Fox News that can potentially cause legal work and legal friction that's supposed to happen. But first, I really wanted to get into this immediately because you're going to see the reaction from not only Jesse Waters, but the reaction from Greg Gutfeld during this episode. They couldn't believe that she said this. We also got to talk about what's been going on with ICE. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know we've been paying a lot of attention to what's been going on with exactly the Epstein files and all this stuff, but what's been going on with ICE is actually a lot crazier because there is some type of civil war happening, like a soft one. Pause. And we're going to talk about the attacks that just happened at the acting U.S. Attorney Nancy Larson announces attempted murder charges against 10 individuals involved in a coordinated attack against ICE. We're going to be talking about that. I'm also going to be showing you the pictures. But first, let's actually hop into the episode that's going to start this off. Listen to Jessica Tarlov's claims. They're pretty crazy. Make sure to smash the like button. Let me know where you guys are watching from.
Depots. There was a story about a San Antonio area ICE detention center, a huge spike in 911 calls from people who have been detained there, reporting increased suicide attempts and sexual abuse. What is going on with this immigration policy is not what people showed up on November 5th for. I know there are some folks out there are pictures of those grannies that had those signs that says mass deportation now.
What about you bring up something as charged as sexual abuse?
Yeah.
Who is causing the sexual abuse? Is it the people running the detention center are raping the detainees?
You've never heard of that happening, or they're
abusing them? Because I want to be clear that that's what you're alluding to.
Yo, that's a crazy claim. She said this live on air. She's basically saying that the detainees and ICE agents are molesting and doing some wild stuff to the people that are in these centers, the ICE facilities. This is one of the main reasons why I think the attacks against ICE have been growing. This was yesterday. She went off the rails. She kind of said that and kind of just grimmed and kind of nothing factual to back this up. She just said it. Now, imagine why you think that there is some type of civil war happening between ICE and a whole bunch of progressives and the immigration system as to what's going on. What she's saying right here is absolutely crazy. Like, that's a wild claim. And even Greg Gutfeld is looking at the producers here. He's looking around like, wait a minute. Jessica, what are you? Look at his face.
Causing the sexual abuse? Is it the people running the detention center are raping the detainees?
You've never heard of that happening, or they're abusing them?
Because I want to be clear that that's what you're alluding to.
That's what the report.
So people that are running the detainee center are sexually abusing.
I don't have video of what was happening. I just know that they are seeing an increased amount of 911 calls saying that
Joe Biden ran the largest sex trafficking operation in world history when he let 12 million people pour in and then lost hundreds of thousands of kids. Next? Okay, and all the polls you're setting were dead wrong on the election. That poll had Kamala beating Trump.
Know that
Donald Trump was shot in the head. You guys firebomb cars. You riot. Now you're shooting at Border Patrol agents. And Dana's exactly right. This is the strategy. The base wants blood. And after January 6th, you guys hailed these people protecting the Capitol borders as heroes. But now the people protecting our borders are somehow Nazis? You call them Gestapo? Jessica, and then people take shots at them and you act like it's happening in a vacuum. Half of the ICE agents and Border Patrol people are Hispanic. You're basically calling Hispanic lawmen bad hombres and saying they're cowards for wearing masks. They're wearing masks because people are shooting at them.
All right. I'm going to look into that stuff that you mentioned because I didn't hear that there were, now we're talking about our own agents apparently sexually abusing people in custody.
Yeah. He's disappointed. He can't believe that she just said that live on air with no proof. That is a lawsuit waiting to happen from the Trump administration. He knows it. Look at his face. He knows it. He knows exactly what just happened. Now, speaking of what's been going on with the ICE agents and what's been happening in the United States of America, this was a video um, of what they were talking about. This is Trump's deputy chief of staff, one of the Trump's top advisors, Stephen Miller. And watch what he says here is happening between ICE and the American people.
There is an insurrectionist movement in the Democratic Party that is inspiring domestic terrorism against ICE. When you have the mayor of Los Angeles mobilizing agitators, mobilizing the mob against ICE, saying that federal law enforcement has to leave her city, this is a settled constitutional question. Federal law is the supreme law of the land. You cannot nullify it. You cannot succeed from it. It is the law of the United States of America. So these insurrectionist Democrats are every day engaging in rhetoric that is incentivizing, that is encouraging, that is fomenting violent terrorist attacks against ICE and ICE officers. Not only in the shootings that you've seen recently, but ICE officers are being doxxed. Their families and children are being threatened. Their addresses are being posted online. They are being subjected to a campaign of terror by these radical Democrats. There is a
And one of the main reasons is because of what Jessica Tarlov said right there on Fox News. And that's on Fox News, which is usually pretty pro ICE. Imagine what CNN and MSNBC are saying, what they're saying about this. So yeah, if you're telling me that these ICE agents are molesting the people that are there, don't you think that's going to cause an uproar? Don't you think that's going to make people do exactly what they did? Now, before I go to the ambush, I kind of want to go to this video from Karen Bass, because I don't know if you guys saw in Los Angeles, Karen Bass, again, because of what they're saying, they're going all out. Breaking Karen Bass just went to MacArthur Park, oh my God, I can't say it, MacArthur Park, and tried to tell federal authorities to get out. This was a wild scenery in Los Angeles.
See if we can hear anything. This is a live look from the helicopter, so it is unlikely, but let's just try.
This is where we are. This is really the altitude where we're at. This is the 2X. This is just the glass. And then when I hit the digital doubler, we lose resolution.
Yeah, they had a standoff. They had a standoff between ICE agents and Karen Bass. As you can see right there, this is a crazy standoff. It went on for like an hour plus. Federal immigration enforcement operation in Los Angeles, and Karen Bass ended up getting in the way, trying to stop them. It ended up being one of the craziest things you might have seen that day. But again, we'll get back to that because I got to show you this right here. U.S. Attorney Nancy Larson speaking about attempted murder charges against 10 individuals who tried to take away ICE agents. Take a listen.
We're here to tell you that late at night on July 4th, Friday night at approximately 10:37 p.m. at the Prairieland ICE Detention Center in Alvarado, Texas, 10 to 12 individuals dressed in black military-style clothing began shooting fireworks and engaging in acts of vandalism at the facility. And this was part of an organized attack. Today, my office has charged 10 individuals with 3 counts of attempted murder of a federal officer. Each of the 10 are also charged with 3 counts of discharging a firearm in relation to a crime of violence. Each of these defendants faces a mandatory prison term of 10 years and up to life in prison. An additional co-conspirator was charged with obstruction of justice and conspiracy for attempting to conceal and destroy evidence in relation to the attack, and he faces up to 10 years in prison. Let's discuss the incident. It was a planned ambush with the intent to kill ICE corrections officers.
That is crazy. Here are the 10 people, by the way. These are the 10 alleged members of North Texas Antifa terror cell accused of carrying out the attempted murder. Apparently, these are the pictures that were released to the public. These are the people, man. What in the What is happening? But yeah, this is what's going on, man. This thing is taking off. This thing is pretty crazy. I know a lot of people aren't talking about what's been going on, but yeah, this is what is happening in the United States of America, man. Make sure to smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know where you guys are watching from. As always, if you could smash that like button, that'd be amazing. Share this video with as many people as you guys can. I'll show you this one last clip right here. Because apparently, again, speaking of Jessica Tarlov, speaking of the mainstream media, speaking of these attacks, speaking of all of this, what are Democrats doing? Well, Democrats are building resistance labs to sabotage Trump and ICE. Take a listen.
Democrats say there needs to be bloodshed to get attention. So now they're building underground labs and putting their foot soldiers through boot camp.
I've started something called Resistance Lab. It's a training on really the documented, most effective ways to counter Democratic backsliding, nonviolent resistance tactics to build that movement.
A couple of months ago, Mad Maxine Waters, no relation, said Republicans were training up in the hills, but it's Democrats who are working out in labs. Dozed USAID staff are building a network and plotting rebellions and nationwide strikes. Reports say they've been passing out old CIA pamphlets titled Simple Sabotage. The strategy is to harass and demoralize the enemy. Primetime went inside one of these resistance labs, and General Jayapal is whipping her army into shape.
Governments and institutions together do not save people from dictators. The thing that saves people from dictators is the people. It is large-scale mass movements of people. If you have the moral high ground and you act with dignity, then anger is incredibly compelling and people will join you.
We're getting reports that the Abrams tank is flanking in from the south.
You send the U.S. Marines into spaces they should not be. You send the National Guard in. You kidnap people off of the streets and pretend that's normal, because that's how you quiet dissent, because you make everyone afraid that if they don't do what you want, they might be next. And once you've done those 9 steps, step 10 is easy. That's when you decide there won't be new elections, because everyone's either afraid, poor, broken, or complicit.
Stacey says Trump deporting bad hombres means we're never going to have another election. Democrats are acting like it's do or die, and they're on a warpath. A Democrat running for city council in San Antonio just took out a hit. Quote, "I want to see a few dead ICE agents in Los Angeles. Don't let me down." Radicals are already answering his call. A New York man was just arrested for threatening to murder an ICE agent and his kids. After an ICE sting in Virginia, he says this: "I can't wait to put a bullet into this guy's brain. But first, his children." 43-year-old Matthew White also posted things like, "Kill them all. ICE is the new age Gestapo. Stop them." And told Homan, if your ICE agents don't show proof of identity and a signed warrant, we will kill them.
Here's my thing, right? Because they're going crazy about ICE and all of this. Democrats specifically. Here's one thing I'll raise a question. I'll close out this live stream with that. Make sure to smash the like button again, right? Because we know this is wild. They're saying this is not how a constitutional republic works. And one thing about these people, they were very quiet in 2020. Remember that? Remember 2020? This is why I don't respect these opinions. People in Los Angeles were hunted down with helicopters and arrested during COVID if they went outside. Where is the energy during 2020 when your president, Joe Biden, or your governor, Gavin Newsom, was hunting you down, telling you can't go outside after a certain time, or you must show proof of vaccination? What is this freaking out about? Is this all theatrics? You guys don't really give a damn. Where was this energy when it came to Obama, during Obama's years? When Icy, the lady that sells the ices on the streets, was being hunted down in New York. That's why I just can't fathom with people that have these problems with ICE and all of that, because this thing has been happening for years and pretty much decades. But it's like they forgot 2020. It's like they forgot that people were being hunted down and arrested for going outside. Like, that's why I just don't. That's why I look at the like. I know why you're melting down. You're melting down because you have nothing to live for. You got no kids. You got nothing to live for. And you're melting down, and you just don't like America. And this is your chance. Just like in 2020 with George Floyd, you didn't care about George Floyd. You wanted to just loot. You wanted to commit crimes. That's all you wanted to do. Say that. You don't like America? Cool. Got it. Say that. So that's my opinion on that, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Jessica Tarlov making an extreme claim. Is it true? Well, it doesn't matter. She already said it, and it's probably going to make a lot of people mad. A lot of people do a lot of things already. Pretty crazy, man. You can't make this stuff up. See you guys on the next one.